Hey, we got Drewz Viewz here, and I'm back for a little Anime Monday, reacting to anime on a Monday. And today I'm doing Mob Psycho 100, episode 7 of the first season of, I believe, 2 seasons. So, last time on episode 6, it was mainly about Ritsu, Mob's younger brother, who's the more stereotypical, I guess, popular competent high school kid. He's on the student council, which is a big thing in Japan. I picked that up from anime mostly. It's not really a big thing here in America, but different culture there with that type of thing. It's more important, and made a decision last time to go along with the president, who's a really weird guy, and we saw a little bit of his home life where he doesn't get respect from his family, and he's a face like a middle-aged man. He was jumping on like what looked like trash bags, and it was a very weird situation. But the president cooked up a scheme to get rid of Onigara, the one kind of delinquent guy, who we found out's not really that much of a delinquent. Maybe he even had a whole thing about never being tardy for class and stuff. So, but Ritsu went along with it. I think partially because he saw Onigawa and his cronies confronting Mob in the hallway, so he's kind of doing it for his brother, but still not a great decision. They framed this guy for a recorder, a very strange recorder licking thing, stealing the girls' recorder tops. So he was cast out as a hentai. Meanwhile, Ritsu also, he's wanting to have the powers that Mob does. And someone approached him and brought him to the school where there's some other kids there who had pretty weak powers, certainly compared to Mob. And it seemed like Ritsu didn't actually have any powers, and he thinks he doesn't toward the end of the episode. But then it looked like he did bend a spoon all up. So was what he did at school partially influenced in this, and like opening up his powers? That might be the case. And then at the end of the episode, well, first Reagan came up to him and was trying to get him to do something, brushed him off. But then it looked like he saw Dimple, who appears to be back and not exercised after all. So interesting developments with Mob Psycho here. I'm ready to jump back into the episode and see what we get. It's a dimple, isn't it? Alright, that was 2 episodes ago that happened. White tea poison? Miso Middle School. As usual, all the schools in Seasoning City are based on seasoning. You can see the similarities with One Punch Man with this sort of thing too. How all the cities in that are like City A, B, C. It's all broken up. Author clearly likes that sort of thing. Exaltation. I think he's much less of a mark than Mob is. Dimple. Mom's not gonna be happy and have 2 sons bending spoons up now. Does he want to do that?
食欲ないみたい。どうしたのかしら。の力を抜きな。何？体力が弱まっているせいだ。変態番長のあれか。まるで英雄ね。学園のヒーロー。
No, they're not. Villains.
ボタン外れてるよ。だからなんだ。うるせえ。俺が表に出た原因は
俺様の推察だと感情に起因している。だが
E-car
大
sweat.
勢の前でうんこ漏らしたとか女子高
What the hell?
なんだよな。じゃあ何か悪いことした？
君が女子の体操着を盗んだって噂を聞いた。山崎先輩のカバン
How often are they gonna pull this type of scheme here?
無駄だと思うよ。今学内は特にな。認めるなら君も被害者。
ごとに大掃除され勉学に追い残すことになった。実行者の2人は
The president doesn't seem to
陶
care.
酔し錯覚の充実感を得るか苦しみ狂う
罪悪感。それが僕の力を育てる肥料に。
Is this gonna make Dimple stronger too?
エクボ、お前は消せるのか？
性格も変わってきちゃった。すごいすごいよ。
Can everyone else see this red stuff on his face?
三浦さんの車でも2つ折りにしましょうか。です先輩方。
カムロに聞くと証拠の裏付けはてめえに任せてる。
もう遅い。
こいつなめやがっ
Don't think it's gonna work, gentlemen. Retsu is a villain now.
あ、喧嘩だ。怖っ。でも、この君。
Is this what's his name?
はい。
Did his hair grow back? Yep.
そのくらいにしておけ。あとね、過去の自分を見ているようで痛々しいようとする。
Kind of a Marge Simpson there.
超能力者の方ですか？
Sorry, you'd be wrong, son.
力比べがして。
Shaking his hand.
ご丁寧に握手を立ってるのがやっとかな。若い若い。
Oh, he actually listened to him.
強くてびっくりしたよ。
あれはズラが馴染んでないだけだろ。
Okay, it's a wig.
何かってんのか知らんけど。
もっともっと力を。
Where is Nissan, by the way? He's really not in this one yet. Oh, there he is.
幸せの壺よ。高名な闘技をするわ。
そんなお金ないです。
Yo, what are you
じゃあ
thinking
50万
here?
円に負けてあげ。
母さんも買わないと思いますけど。
あ、この子いける。
あ、
何？あ、割った。お金で解決できる問題はまだマシなの。わかる？
持ってない。
いいタイミングで坊やの保護者かあんた。
なるほど。
商品の弁償代500万円。
Mm.
この安そう。
Can't out scheme a schemer like Reagan, people. Yep. Can't con the con man.
込みで100万円。100万円。あ、ワイシャツほつれてる。弁償代プラス100万円。
ですかよ。
諦めなさい。
実は俺もさたり写真に何か写ったりと災難が絶えないそうだ。今度はお前らにくっついたかもしれない。お前らがやっているのはこういうことだ。
The face on that cherry on that painting there.
最後の起点はなかなか良かったぞ。
Yeah,
建物を
I don't think he did do that.
いや、あれは本当に師匠にしても詐欺師っていうものは最低ですね。人の弱み。
君もゴミなのかって。授業中にガム噛んでただけなのに。
We met the vice president here briefly last time. I think he's gonna have to make a move here.
まだ続けるんですか？ストレス発散でしょ。協力者に君を選んでよかった。自分に飽きたからですかね。ただなんとなく愚かな自分を感じてみたかった。愚かも学校のヒーローになったんだ。
Not for long.
人気者になりたかったのかあの老け顔は。
いいわけあるか。ふぬけるな。授業に出ろ鬼瓦。
居場所がねえんだよ。仲間たち。
校内に侵入とは。
違う。うちにいるとお袋に理由を聞かれるから。聞いてくれ生徒会長。鬼瓦は何もやってないんだ。
いるんですけど。やれやれ。いいところで水を刺されたな。
Hmm. What's Duban Jang? I'm not familiar with that seasoning. They're gonna think he's the guy now. Yeah.
剣崎さんをやったのはお前だな。お前が白手。知らない。
Well, he should like being on top of those trash bags.
中止もう引き際だ
自業自得でしょゴミ部屋だ掃除が必要なのはこの部屋だったんじゃないですか
どうやってここに出ていけ
もう遅い僕たちはお互い許す
また他校の連中が言いがかりをつけてくるぞ
That would be pretty dope to be able to stand up there like that. Kind of Spider-Man. About to be a gang war.
おおゾロゾロと
おい
This guy right here.
何事かとしているのか
あなたたちの相手が終われば一番
ありそうだな
面白いところに出くわしたようだ発見した回収して帰るの前にどれほどか
I think this guy, Mob, and what's her name saw last time when they're on that bench.
俺に手品は通じんぞ白 T ポイズン
Ouch.
浴びせて畳みかけろ
僕はあなたたちを軽蔑しない今ならわかるからだ人が不意に道理を外れるその時大概そこに理由はないあなたたちよりも僕の方が自由なんだなぜか制限を喪失したからだリツ何やってんの
Alright. I was gonna say, how long is it gonna be before Mob realizes what's going on, because he is pretty clueless overall, but looks like he caught wind of something at the end there. So yeah, basically Ritzy turned into a full-on villain this time. Not exactly what I was expecting. I mean, I kind of pieced together from last time that he was able to start using the powers through certain emotions of like that he got from doing the wrong thing. And I get what he's saying of like the combination of wanting to have his brother's powers and always being like the perfect student guy, whatever, and wanting to break away from that makes sense. But he really went full villain here. And the president, I don't really feel bad for him, but I mean, I kind of do. I don't know. He's a pretty pathetic character with all his trash bags and everything. But yeah, he's no chance, and no one really does have a chance against Ritsu, I guess, except for Mob now, and maybe Taruki, who, that was interesting how we saw Taruki the first time in this episode confront him, and basically he really did learn his lesson, like I thought he did from dealing with Mob, and getting humble and all that, and he's trying to teach Ritsu now, but of course he didn't learn the lesson there, so we'll see how it plays out. The rest of the season, if he's gonna be like an antagonist here, and I don't know, like the dimples, the red stuff, clown looking stuff on his face, I'm assuming no one else can actually see that, but it's just to show that Dimple's like possessing him kind of, even though Dimple has no real power over him either, it seems, and he obviously knows that Dimple's trying to use him as well, because he is kind of sharper than Mob is. Yeah, so obviously they were going overboard at the school there, trying to get rid of all the delinquents, but then that just goes downhill to like lower and lower crimes or whatever, so people aren't going to stand for that overall. But if someone with that power that I guess the Espers has controls it, there's nothing people can really do to stop it, including all those gang leaders from the other schools there. And then with Mob, there was just a pretty little aside with him this episode. I was saying he wasn't in it as much last episode, but he was even in it even less this one, with this Ritsu storyline going on. So, but this time it was a good, fun little scene with Reagan there, where some con artists tried to get Mob. Of course, were not able to do it. So I do like how Reagan, even though he is, not a good guy or anything, and he does use Mob, he does like help him out too, and like look out for him to some degree. Try to teach him in his own way, not to be such a mark or whatever. But I'm not sure what happened with that. Mob said he didn't do that when Reagan was talking about the ghost, and then everything started falling down and all that. It didn't seem like Mob would have started doing that. He said he didn't, so I don't know what was going on there. And then he said you could see that, couldn't you, something, and Reagan obviously can't see anything, but was lying that he could. But we don't know what that thing Mob was talking about is, so it's interesting. I'm sure that's going to come back in some way, whatever that was about. And then from the past episode, we saw, I mentioned it during the reaction, but the guy with the hood, we can't see his face. I think last episode they said, Mob was like, that's an adult Esper or something like that. I think that was the guy at the end of this one then, like watching the scene. So we're going to see how that plays out and what's the deal with that as well. Yeah, but good episode. Very interesting. And the plot line is definitely taking unexpected turns for me based on what I necessarily thought it would be from the first episode or two. And like, there's a lot of different connections. They did a good job this episode too of like weaving in most of the different kind of storylines here, just checking in with everyone a little bit, even though obviously it was mostly about Aritsu, Nichan, and his slide into villainy, I'm calling it. Yeah, we'll see what Mob says to him next time. I'm excited for that one. That'll be episode 8 of season 1 here. Do join me back for that next Anime Monday. Do subscribe to the channel if you're not already and you enjoy these. Leave comments, do anything like that. And until next time, I'm mobbing up out of here. Peace.